Hi friends, this is Suzy, your Candy Crush guru. It is the end of February 2025, and yes, the time has come to talk about candy fish in the Candy Crush Saga game. Something I've been avoiding mostly because the candy fish, they've acted differently across different platforms, but now most of the platforms I use all have candy fish that are responding in the same ways. So let's first talk about how fish used to operate in Candy Crush. First of all, in order to have a fish on the board, there were a few different things that could happen. If you had a bobber, you could generate fish, but those fish wouldn't actually just kind of rest on the board. They would be sent out automatically from the bobber and do their work immediately. If you had a fish sitting on the board, it's either because you entered a level that just always has fish there, or you brought in a fish booster before you started, or you had a fish dispenser, like these dispensers, but with fish. But now you can actually create fish on the board. Sometimes they'll automatically be created because as we make moves and there are cascades, we know that sometimes these specials can be created. So let me tell you, if you've been seeing fish and not knowing where they come from, this is how you get them. You make a square of 4 of the same color. So I could make a wrapped here. I could make a stripe here. A wrapped, you make an L or a T. A stripe, you do a line of 4. But in order to get a fish, I'm going to make a box of 4. So I'm going to go this way. That gives me a fishy fish. Not thrilled. And I will tell you why I don't like that. Oh, well, there goes a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to kind of preserve there for a moment. What I don't like is that the fish used to, if I had a fish sitting on the board and I sent it off, what would happen is it would create 3 fish and go on its merry way and hit 3 different spots. Even more important, if I happen to have a fish stripe combo, it would send out 3 striped fish, or fish wrapped, 3 wrapped fish. Now, however, it only sends out 1, and I don't like that. One of the advantages, though, that we didn't have before and we have now, is we can now make fish color bomb combos. Previously, that wasn't possible, and it is a spectacular sight to see. If I combo that, all of the available green turns into fish. Kinda nice. So that part I like. Another part I like is, let's say I've got like a secluded area, and I just, no matter what I do, I'm having a really hard time reaching the jelly that's there. Well, if I create a jellyfish, we know that the jelly can travel in little isolated areas, and so that works out really well. I didn't expect to win this so quickly. Well, sending out those jellyfish with the color bomb, like I said, that is one of the things that I really like. But probably for me, the most difficult thing is basically every level is now rewritten. Because now every level has the opportunity to have fish. And that's very frustrating for folks who just want a standard set of rules for everybody across the board. People like me. And I know a lot of folks like you who comment that the levels have changed. There's just really nothing I can do about it. Every time they announce something like this, I want to start at the bottom. Well, I already fell into that trap. I started at the bottom one time when they changed something, and then they just kept changing things too rapidly, and I never have been able to get back up to the upper echelon levels now because I'm mired in trying to take care of all of these changes. So I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. And yeah, I'm a little bit grumpy about it, but I'm not the only one. If we look at a survey that's taken in the King community, there's a survey that asks, do you love it? The jellyfish make it more fun and exciting? Is it interesting? You like the idea, but need more time to explore how it works? Not sure yet, need to play more before I decide? Or I prefer the classic matching style. I'm not a fan of this new feature. And most of us who have voted have voted over here. When I say most of us, that means more than all of these combined. Most of us prefer the classic matching style. We don't want the fish. And you might think, well, that's good. King is, asking us in a survey what we prefer so they can adapt and make changes. They won't. If history proves anything to us, it tells us that they won't, because every time we say we don't like things, they go, oh, sorry, it's already been done, and we're sticking with it. Sometimes they'll ask us in advance, do you want us to do this? And we'll say no. They'll do it anyway. That's how King has operated. So unless they go through a major overhaul in their business structure, this is just the way it's going to be until they make another change, until we get used to it. And they make another change, and then all of a sudden we're relying on those fish, and we make a match of 4 and it's not working and we can't get anything from it. So that's my information on the fish. I'm sure I missed a bit of explanation that you astute folks will put in the comments. So anyone who is kind of new to this and hasn't thought it through or doesn't understand what's going on, if you read the comments, that will be helpful. And then, of course, please ask questions. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Bye-bye.